Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more Starsector, where it's going to be an interesting one. We currently have the Hegeony who's hostile with us, kind of coming after us, but I have some thoughts on the last episode. Specifically, we kind of had our bubble burst a little bit. I'll take a look at the combat results real quick. We did just do a contract for Midnight Dissonant to pluck some of the independents out from space, and that's good for building a relationship, but we tried to rescue Midnight Dissonant from Prism Freeport. And unfortunately, we learned in the last episode, unless I did something terribly wrong, you cannot actually invade and take over Prism Freeport. The power of independence is just too strong. So to that end, I have to wonder a little bit. I don't think we can pull up the independents as a faction. Yeah, we can. They are vengeful. They totally hate us. But I wonder, have we been wrong for the past 30 episodes? Is this the time where Morgan Wyatt can kind of turn a new leaf here? We have all the sector here. We've been punching out independents for a while. But has our sort of indiscriminate violence against the independents and taking their stuff and kind of using them as resources, has that been bad for the sector? Or maybe the null hypothesis of that is, if we stop using the independents as punching bags, or if we do not hit them, will that be good for the sector? Certainly it'll allow us to go back to seeing Midnight Dissonant unimpeded. The independents won't be a kind of hornet buzzing around when we go after the outer terminus system. It's worth thinking about. And yet, I'm going to make myself a hypocrite as well, because there is one more target, since we were not able to take Prism Freeport, that I do want to take, and that is actually up in Octavia. So, Pale Twin, right next to Ryder Station. It's an independent planet. There's a gate in this system. I could kind of use this as a pop back in here. I throw a way station in here, and next thing you know, I can get fuel pretty easily to move around. Because if we look at the wider map right here, it's a little hard. Let me go to the intel screen here, just playing with hotkeys. Yeah, the closest one to Alpha Al is Mercy. The closest one to our other place here, Gamma Hope, is either Swarm or ZooQ, or however you pronounce it. So not good proximity. Actually, there's a gate in Samara as well. That's where we're at, right? So yeah, we can totally maybe gate out of here and just go straight to Octavia and take on Pale Twin and take it for ourselves. And then maybe, just maybe, I promise, I'm not crossing my fingers behind my back, maybe we make nice with the independents going forward. I did get a little bit of people saying, why are you punching the independents so hard? What did they ever do to you? Like, here's Orthus. I could just raid it, but I'm not going to. I want to be nice. I want to make nice. There's a VIC fleet that is pursuing my fleet. Holder's fleet. Special Task Force. Now, that looks like a fun fight. I could gate out right now. But I want to take this fight first. So let's do it. Oh, they're running! Ha ha ha, you cowards. Okay, now we have to take you on. So, hey, Orion Cummings. The phrasing of that name, we're not even going to start there. You have just tried to run away. Our combat readiness is still not maxed, but it's fine. We're just gonna kick you around a little bit. I think that's a good plan. We can just take a bunch of ships we didn't take last time. Wonder why I'm having trouble deploying everything I want to deploy. Probably end up needing to. We could do it this way. We could not take the overkill. Well. Okay, that's weird. I just went over the cap. And I have no idea how I did that. So I could bring in these two, potentially get some more. This is probably enough to take them on anyway, but let's see if we can get our two Nasacios in here as well. Maybe the Void Witch. Yeah, this will be fun. So if we just drag the rock up here, we put Eon Dragon over here on beacon duty. We'll put ourselves on beacon duty. Have you all rally over here. And we'll see who else we can bring in. Because this is actually kind of a legit fleet that I'm just like, let's take the fight. Yeah, well, hubris is definitely something that has burned me in the past in Starsector. So we don't want to play around with that right now. But yeah, we do have some good ships. And we are hoping for some more. I could have combat. I could have done the go faster button. Okay, we got a few more deployment points. That's all I wanted. All right, 24, 48, 25. Perfect. And Let's bring you up here as well. Let's turn off this one. And let's see. This is a little scary that we have WC going in there by himself. So let's see if we can get some reinforcements coming and going. And that is not at all what I wanted to do. I wanted to actually get rid of this spot. Waypoint beta, bye-bye. We can't get rid of the ship. Nav buoy alpha, there we go. So now we get rid of that command. So now Tony and Fizzle are free to fly how they want to fly. And no reason for us to concede this. But no reason for us to waste our time with the tiny frigate either. We got 2 things on our butts now. Okay, so we're gonna let those fights happen. We got some big doings over here. So let's join the main fleet. I think that's the plan. We're gonna lose this spot in. Whoa! I just found their main fleet. Okay. New plan. Everybody over here. We did actually draw first blood, so that's nice. And we have a bunch of craft that's ours. I do kind of want to where's our video thing? Video feed. Oh, those are the moats. Okay, well. Okay, definitely got to slow down for a second because we are officially out of position. And as nice of a duelist as I can be going one-on-one, I don't want to go too hard. So we're going to kind of fly down here, press the F key to pay respects, and then fly on. There we go. Actually cook the front of their boats. Oh, I love that ability so much. It's got so much flavor. Alright, now we should be able to get this party started. So like I said, these guys didn't have to run, and yet they did. I gotta watch my flux, though. So I just got saboed a little bit. And there's the ion beams from Eon Dragon. Once again, I want to watch how the ship does. Because those ion beams, I wonder if just having those constantly going is holding the AI back from actually doing good shit with the ship. I'm very sorry that I just cooked my ally with the fire beam. It's actually pretty poor form from me, but it's okay. Vow is at 90% hull. I don't know who did that. Whoever it is probably needs to be decommissioned from Wyatt Salvaging. Alright, so look at this. Just here's our line of death and destruction. They totally fell for our trap of me completely mishandling the situation. Because now Winter Octogens is just like, you know what, I'm just going to beam everybody. Yeah. And it's fun. Okay, so if you're going to give me a shot on your flank right here, I will happily take it. So, yeah. Let's just destroy their other big threat ship before it can do anything for us. Apparently they're doing a great job managing flux, but yeah, that was supposed to be a tougher fight than it ended up being. The enemy fleet is defeated, but if we stop right now, they'll re-engage, so we gotta fight just a little bit more. Whoop! Alright. Yeah, good start. It's like a little bit of VIC fighting. Then we can do a little bit of other fighting. This one's actually holding its own pretty well. Like I said, I really like that ship design. I really do. And now it's gone. Okay. Let's claim victory here. Alright, so their task force, we're going to pursue them. Second in command. Do your thing. So let's send some of our backup ships in there. Not meaning that disparaging, like, what's a backup? We just don't want to use all of our combat readiness. So ship recovery. We're not going to do a difficult recovery. None of the grand prizes are recoverable anyway. We already have enough of them anyway. So the VIC and Hegeony don't like us. Once again, they were pursuing us. So it's not like they didn't play stupid games and get stupid prizes. We got a level and a skill point, and looks like for some reason we can't scavenge. And there is a battle cruiser for me to take. But first, Let's see what the combat log says, because numbers are one of the things that I'm paying attention to here. So the Norita, back up to 6%. That's not bad. The Audacity is just turned into the MVP. Sometimes you just got to match that pilot with everything else. But yeah, definitely contributing now with the Ultra Heavy Pulsar, doing a little bit of work. Still amazing EMP stuff from the motes, as I'm sure it says up there somewhere. Well, no, the motes didn't do as much work this time, but that's okay. Let's see if we can grab that Oryx if it doesn't take a story point. Hostile fleets tracking our movement. Okay, so we're not getting it. Okay, they're hostile. They're still pursuing us. And Anthracite has deteriorated. I think I know where that is. We have to do our ABCs here. Not in the current system. It's a planet. We're going to organize by name. I would love a search box here. I think that's the number one thing I would like the developer to add before the release of this game, is a search box to search planets and stars. It's not something that's nearly as onerous as some other things that you could ask for. Okay, it's a pirate place, and now it's falling apart because Obsidian's a terrible star system. Okay, so if we don't get the Oryx, okay, they're now unpursuing us. So maybe? Nope. Really? Okay, so Tigra City. They're still pursuing us. Okay, I think we need to E-burn. We can't E-burn. Okay. So, Oryx, it's fine. Let's just go to the gate. Get all these people not pursuing us anymore. Scan the gate, travel through the gate. What nefarious things might we be up to in Octavia? I said I was wanting to turn a new leaf, and here I am starting this video by actually blasting people. First off, okay, our combat readiness is going okay. Our supply count's going okay. Do we have... Oh, we actually just got a lot of money and a bunch of pop-up notifications. And new raids, including raiding the Independence. Whoops, that's a lot of money. Void Witch repairs completed. We need AI cores. They're still... Alright, let's go see what we can resupply and repair at Scaria first. Actually, we can see what we can level up here as. Officer training. This is one where I'd probably need to edit the save file at this point, because all this means is that now I'm still overcapped on officers. Maybe when I unpause, it'll update. No, we're apparently still overcapped somehow. All right, well that's... We're getting that skill so we can get the next skill. All right, we apparently picked up a lobster fest, and Fuel Depot really wants lobster, so we'll give him lobster. Ryder Station apparently really wants exotic luxury goods. These will sell for wherever, so... And they have a local deficit. We'll still buy it. Their supplies are pretty good. All right, and we have a bunch of Marines. Maybe too many Marines. Maybe too much crew. We have 8 high-value prisoners. I could turn those in after, of course, I do what I need to do on the other planet here. Federation military. Do we have any good weapons today? That's going to be hard to flip. So Squall. I do like Squalls. I'm actually going to pick up 2 of those. I know it's not the fun Federation weapons, but Squalls are just good, and I made great use of them in my last series, and I haven't been using them here. So let's sell some of the shit on the black market. Blah, blah, blah. Not too much else to sell at this point. Metals. We can just dump them here. It's fine. Everything is cool. Food. Fuel Depot apparently can buy some food for quite a bit. But it's not that big. There were some other colonies that said they needed food, I think. Like, if we look at our intel here, what? Command. Like, Purgatory might still need food. Apparently it's okay. We'll see. Well, anyway, Fuel Depot's over there, so Let's visit a Pale Twin, maybe Rider Station. You're really going to inspect me for this, y'all? Is that what we're doing? Are we that suspicious? Ooh, look at all this. So this is part of the joy and excitement here, is that Rider Station, because it's next to a hostile independent faction, which it's not supposed to be, there's just constant fighting here. And it doesn't look like we're getting pursued anymore, so they must not have cared that much. Storyteller. Ooh. Where can the VIC bastard be found? I mean, I'll pay 8,000. That's worth practically nothing. 72 days left to get Narax. Underworld bounties. More challenging. That's not even worth it. Although that's an interesting ship. We haven't seen any custodians yet that I can think of. Okay, so we'll see where that is in just a second. What did Rider Station want? Fuel Depot wants the lobsters. They want the exotic goods. We'll sell them on the regular market. Fine. Does anybody here? Octavia. Pale Twin. Pale Twin. Okay, that's where I'm looking to invade. So it's like, wait a minute. Where have I seen that name before? Local deficit for domestic goods. Rider Station. Okay, well, let's sell that above the board. Local deficit for food. I'm going to hold off on that for just a minute, because if we go like this, colony info, so they're down on food. We could buy some black market food, but let's like sell 2,000. All right, are y'all short on food anymore? You're still a little short. Well, one thing I could potentially do, since we're going to be moving around, we have the gates to our advantage. I could pop into these markets pretty damn well. Not to mention, so food's a problem here. That's fascinating. Okay, we've already repaired our ships, I think. So Pale Twin. Let's end this now. Colony info. Holy shit, they're at stability 1. Yeah, I don't want this place to get decivilized. All this fighting is just too much. They have tech mining. That's useless. Their regular mining, I guess, is kind of useful. Their refining is fine. Yeah, we just need to put this place out of their misery. So we have the money to do it too. So military options. We don't even need to fight them. Let's engage if we invade Pale Twin, what valuables are we really going to get from you guys? You get 2,000 food. Do we steal food from them and then give it back? That seems like a really shitty thing to do. Let's not. We're only doing what we must. We're trying to turn a new leaf. We're trying to prove the null hypothesis and say if we stop punching these guys around. Oh, actually, wow. Rider Station. Rider Station is our ally, so we can totes do this. This is going to be like a nothing fight, so we don't need to bring that much stuff here. Especially if we have a freaking space station on our side. So there's all these things. And because it's the Star Federation, they have like all kinds of fun Star Federation weapons on there, but it's a bunch of tiny ships. This should be a freaking free-for-all. If anything, I know I've stuck with this ship for a very long time. If you've watched me play any amount of Starsector, you know I kind of like to stick with ships. But what I've really liked about this ship is just how mobile it is. Like, it moves around. It can keep up with tiny frigates. Being able to jump and run away is fine. So I think we got practically everybody. Let's make sure we get actually everybody, though. So it's like, I'm sorry, Independence. This is just how it's going to be. That's a lot of lasers. Alright, claim victory. It's claimed. Alright, so proceed to the wreckage. And the wreckage is wrecked. And we're going to invade. We have a ton of Marines. They have no defenses. And we lost 40 Marines. Their spaceport's disrupted. Their defender strength was actually a little better than I expected there, but we have a ton of Marines. The Independents still hate us and are going to be vengeful for a while. We actually got some food and some ore and some fun. I didn't want to take everything. Does anybody even want this ore that's nearby? Not really. Alright, so Pale Twin now belongs to us. We could rename it if we wanted to. Open the comm directory. Doesn't really matter. Dockside bar. Tattooed roughs. Sorry about the interruption there. Sometimes you just gotta actually take a call. Anyway, we have it. We have a new colony. Pale Twin. They're short on food. They're short on fuel. They're short on supplies. Short on heavy machinery. They actually need another industry as well. So this is going to be our little neck of the woods here. Can we actually can't stabilize yet, which is going to cost money too. So could try to freeport it and make it actually have 0 stability, but we're not going to do that yet. This is not a place for making money. I actually wouldn't mind tearing down tech mining. But what demands does tech mining have? Oh, these ruins are largely untapped. I guess we'll let it go. It's weird that the AI hasn't done anything here. So we have an orbital station. I guess the spaceport needs to actually be fixed. Alright, so we definitely want a way station. Because that will let us get a bunch of shit. And I guess for a 4th industry... Like, what kind of planet is this? It's just a big, deserty, starry place with some old ruins and everything. And this is the 4th industry slot. You know what I can do? I could totally make another privateer base out of here. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we'll let this build up a little bit. We're going to build another spaceport. We'll let tech mining do its thing, and then once it's tapped out a little bit, we'll get rid of the tech mining and we'll build a port. So use stockpiles here. Let's put y'all here. Here. Who wanted lobster? Fuel depot. Still wants to have lobster fest. Metals. I think some supplies. We'll be able to spare the fuel a little bit. Anything else? So that's 4 stability already. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's transplatonic ore. I'm about to say, are they short on actual ore? Because I can get you ore, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So way station's going to be good. We'll put another thing here. Like I said, there's a lot of options that I could put in here, but the number one thing we're going to need is a way to defend itself, and there's a patrol HQ. That's a start. But cool, we have another colony here. And if we go back to the comm directory here, let's talk to the portmaster, help with your rebellion problems. 500 supplies, 100 Marines. Let's give another few hundred Marines. We actually don't have any weapons. Alright, so hopefully that'll be enough. Alright, so Pale Twin, that's ours. And this is going to be our little pit stop place between stuff. I actually could start parking my ships there. It's like, hey, look at all these wonderful places I used to make money. But this is kind of the home of the salvaging area. So fuel depot over here, everything else over here. Gosh, now I really have no bearing for how long this episode recording is. That's a lot of shit going on over there. But it's not like we're going to be fighting these guys. Like, the Star Federations are... We're best friends forever now. I hope. Wow. Lobster. You love it. Alright. So everybody's short on food here. Maybe the whole having a conflict with the independents is not the best thing here. So that'd be nice to go ahead and stop that. Like, fuel depot's short on a bunch of stuff. I guess the question is, why can't we be friends? Maybe it's because they keep fighting. Anybody at the bar here? Try attack security codes? No thanks. Consulting officer. Nah. Alright. So we did just get a mission that's new. Derelict every... Oh! You know, we were already thinking about going east. Because, it's like, how can I do good with the independents? We have this stuff over here. Yeah, you know what? Let's go east. We have... How many gates can we awaken to the east? We actually... Wow, there's... Most of our gates are to the west. That is fascinating. I thought there'd be more. And there's really not. Okay, so nobody cares about the east side today. So we're gonna do some exploration, I guess. Like the north side's fine, but let's see if we can make friends with the independents. I have a stack of prisoners in my hold. I want to check and see if turning those in will work. Anything else that looks like I can trade? Not really. Okay, so hopefully building that up will be okay. I do kind of need to do a pit stop at like home eventually, but for now, like we're still at war with Outer Terminus, so I can't refuel here. Can't refuel here. You know what? Let's just manually ride down to this place. You know, like we used to do back in the day. Chazatok, I think. Sometimes... no, we're not going to do any of that. Okay. Sometimes you all can, like, do some good flipping here. So, belt operations, fuel depot, dismay. So you all actually have food. But y'all don't grow it. Excess stockpiles of organics that are needed by fuel depot. How much are these selling for? 20 per? Yeah, we'll use some money to make money. And who needed transplutonic ore? Because we could buy some of that. It's a little pricier than I'd like. Domestic goods. Who needed domestic goods? Fuel depot needs a lot of domestic goods. We're just doing like a big old relief mission. And I'm even paying tariffs on it. That's how excited I am to do this. They even need luxury goods. It's actually a terrible price to flip, so you're not going to get luxury goods today. Sorry friends. Alright, who's a good place to buy supplies from? Okay, good place. Looks like Harazon out in Thule, and yeah, otherwise we'll just suck up the fuel prices here. But this is easy money. Alright, so let's trade on the up and up here. So you all need this. You all need this. Did we make any money? It doesn't feel like we made a lot of money. But I feel good because we're supplying people what we need using the resources we have and paying a ton of tariffs in the places. And nobody's suspicious of us. We have 1 million plus credits that I could be spending on things. Aren't I just a good person? Failed to disrupt the VIC Revitalization Center. So you're saying you don't want to turn into cat people. Okay. So let's just pile it on here. We're going to try to make peace with the independents. We're going to try to be best buddies. Try to look past the fact that I took another probably one of their best planets. Oh boy. Mercantile convoy. And they're gonna run from me. I could make so much money. We're not gonna do it. Alright, so Karazhan. So Ilm. Ilm is what we want. And Ilm's up here, and then maybe Mazalot, we can do some other stuff with it. That's a very special task force. I actually might be able to put up a fight against me. Okay, so we'll keep the transponder on. Hopefully they're willing to talk. So Vic's hostile, not Vic. They're not the VIC, they're the independents. And they don't like us. Look at that face. He's so mean. Set. And, so we can't turn in those. We can't help with the unrest problem. So you're telling me what I think I already knew. Okay, I'm pretty sure, I guess I knew this, is that you can't turn in prisoners to the independents, which means if we want to make nice with the independents, we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and do contracts and do like system bounties in Arcadia. Arcadia, I should know where that is. But the problem is if we do a system bounty in Arcadia, suddenly everyone's going to be like, hey, by the way, there's the person that kills all the independents. So they really don't like us very much. Let's try this here. Okay, so that's some story leftover stuff. Oh, you know what? It's under special functions. I feel dumb. Let's see if there's a special functions menu. Gosh, I've played this game so much, I should really know this by now. I love that patrol that just got pumped out. Yeah, we have no prisoner action. Not currently accepting prisoners due to your recent invasions of their territory. This will last for a month. Okay, so we'll call me maybe, do it back later. I just wanted to make peace with you guys. That is apparently too much to ask. I can't actually trade with you guys. Once again, since I'm trying to build up my independence here, we're going to turn a new leaf. We're coming for the VIC. Just not today. Diplomatic ceasefire with the hegemony. I'll do it for now. Because it looks like fuel trading here is going to be a pain in the butt. So instead of that, now that we know that this is all here, let's just go up to this gate. And then pop into another gate since everything's peaceful now. And hopefully I can do some good old-fashioned trading. So where can we go? Atzlin. That seems good. That seems good. Atzlin's probably the best one. All right, so just like that, we got money. Everything's fine. We totally didn't just shoot at your people earlier. We have our beacon on, so they're neutral to us. Y'all should be really willing to trade. Oh, they even let us like dock and repair. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna need some supplies. And we can't buy from you. We don't want to buy from you. All right. And then this is what we really want. Size 8. Would be nice if we could make it happen, but we're not, so there we go. So finally we're at the point of the game where we're rolling in cash. Oh. So you take a shuttle to visit the bar, your shuttle, you take a shuttle down and you enter the crowded well-lit space and take in the rows of taps according to wall places, etc. You begin taking stock of the patrons looking for leads. As you scan the room, suddenly you lock eyes with the man in a hegemony uniform. He raises a hand, holding it close to his chest and points to you while saying something uniformed civil control officer to his side. Turning to find a path of inconspicuous exit, you see that more Seacons have appeared. By their posture, you surmise that they are handling small weapons on your bodyguards, who have responded in kind. In the main entrance, the flick of targeting lasers shift through near IR from the silhouette of a light combat exoskeleton. Conversation in the room dies as patrons realize what's happening, leaving only the hollows churning out noise. Time seems to slow as you take in the situation with instincts hardened in space combat. So that's Carson, a Labrador. Patrons clear out of the bar in remarkably casual manner, heads lowered as if they had simply forgotten an appointment and can't be bothered to finish their drinks. I apologize for this crude posture, and Captain Morgan Wyatt. He has a smooth, Eden-tide Academy accent, cream of the crop. Protocol, he says, with feigned resignation. You feel the silent mass of a Seacon thugs hovering closer behind you. Let us sit and have an informal chat. Let the Hegeony buy you a drink. That would be nice. So, now, as I've heard, a recent unpleasantness in the Atlan system. Yes, terrible thing. A data breach. Are you a student of history, Captain? It's the sort of thing that starts wars. Very much want to ensure that our investigation is conclusive. We know your fleet was in the vicinity. No, he smiles. You're not being accused of anything. I simply want to draw upon your patriotism and report if you saw anything, as any good citizen would. So we could lie. We could tell the truth. Or we could ask about patriotism. Or, let's ask that. The Hegeony officer produces a fake smile, then speaks an order in his cuff. You note the CCOM covering the room fall away. You must excuse my department. Some of my associates suggested a different approach to our meeting. We compromised. Gives you an open look. I argued for an informal chat. Make me right. Help me help you to help the Hegeony. I'm just going to tell him, you know what? We're getting a little cocky here. We have a giant fleet. We did all that. You got me. I hacked it. I am not here to make light of a serious security breach, Captain. I understand you have a reputation that makes you very interesting. You might be wise if you to make yourself a great deal less interesting, Captain, before the Hegeony starts to take you seriously. Sounds like Tri-Attack beat you to it. Oh, we made him mad. Waste of time. The Hegeony officer stands abruptly. Get out of this bar. If my department finds you anywhere near another mysterious incident, I assure you will not be so lenient. So the bartender's eyes flick back and forth. I'm going to apologize to the bartender. And he says nothing. Business is ruined for this shift. There's nothing more to say. So I'm a bad guy, and I'm a bad guy. But you know what? They're crybabies. I told them the truth. If they don't want to accept the truth, then they can just cry about it. What's the Hegeony good at? They're good at crying. That is not incorrect. All right, so money doesn't... Whoa, I was about to say money doesn't matter, but it does matter that much. Do we want to buy that many supplies? Are we going to be that far gone? I don't think we're going to be that far gone. We do want to buy that much fuel. We're going to buy maybe 2,000 supplies. It's a pretty high unit price. But I guess I should have bought the bigger one first instead of buying off the black market first. I make that mistake a lot. But anyway, if we want to know what it's like, if we're just going to... Look, here's our bro. We thought Mr. Dodd would be taller. Their defenses are actually really nice. Restoration docks. All this good stuff. They very famously have a pristine nanoforge. If we consider our military options, they have a lot of fleets around here. And if we wanted to launch a raid, we would be crushed. So we're not going to do that. Like I said, we're gonna fly out into space. And I think the only place we can do that is over at this gate. So let's have a ball, shall we? Look at us flying back towards the Atlan gate. I tried to tell you guys. I literally tried to tell you. It's not my fault that you're not going to listen. All right. So now we're here, fortunately, once again, near the fringe dump point. So we do have some independent missions here. These have been sitting here for a while. And if we look at our... Gosh, where did that bounty go? There's one thing over here. That's not it. Okay. I will find it because it was over here and it's going to take a minute. Exploration. Gates, insurance, military. Reports, victory. That's nice. All right, important. 46 days left. We've got to start with this one. The other ones are not on a timer. So, you've heard about a report 1 month ago that is likely to be recoverable a battle cruiser named the VIC Bastard, which is known to have the following perks. According to your informant, the VIC Bastard can be found somewhere in the Delta Dryad star system. There's a bunch of other places that I did survey at some point, so this isn't totally foreign to us. Is also planning to recover this, but they need at least another 46 days. So we paid for all of our information. As far as I know, there's no other gates out here. I've never seen the gates be this unbalanced and have some on one side. They're usually clustered over here, but just having absolutely none makes life more interesting. Ludic Path is going for Frozen Heart. Well, that's you can sure try. Alright. Back to flying with my beacons off. And then I guess we can double check here and see. There's no great way to do this, so we're just gonna fly through. That's why we brought the extra supplies. But yeah, I know some of y'all have wondered, hey, can you do some more exploration? So, fail to disrupt the way station at Pale Twin. That's nice. By the time we're done with this, we should be able to patch up our relations with the Independents, hopefully. But what I want to know is Pale Twin. Anything else we can build right now? There's still like massive shortages. We can pay money to stabilize. I think that's worth it. Like, we do not want this to just fall to pieces. Alright. So we'll keep it like that. We'll just have to figure it out. So building a way station, that's gonna need some more supplies. Is there any other industry that we can build that may actually be doable here? We already have refining, so that's what you like to pair with mining. I guess I could do light industry. There is some organics in the area, or we could do salvage yards. I think I'll do light industry. That's easy enough. Okay. So just give it things to build, give people things to do. I know that technically means give it shortages. It's a really big nebula. It's a nebula to be a lot scarier with how many battle cruisers? Just 3 in that Ordo. Okay, I did try to slow down for that one. That was a lot, and I wanted to see what was over here. But this is why we're going this way first. So we have some potentially dead ships floating through here in space. That one's not very exciting. That's also not exciting. And now we're getting ping-ponged, and what can you do? We just got a lot of repairs, some irresponsible flying. We got to ask the question now, how do we get out of here? I mean, we do have a few places that we can fly to for colonies. But yeah, exploration out here is a little tough. I should have brought... Well, what did I say before? I shouldn't be bringing all these giant battleships. So, you know, just you play, you learn. Let's at least grab another large ship. I think we've already been in this black hole. I think we've actually been most of over here. And what do? We put up a distress beacon and say, wow, we can't get out of here. We flew too far. Ludic Path, yeah, good luck. Okay, and our attacks are going pretty well. I mean, our proactive salvaging. Okay, so here we are. And we know of this place. But we don't know where it is. Somewhere out there. Let's start at the gas giant. Because it's funny, our fuel situation is terrible. But we are back to exploring a little bit. And real quick, So we're going to search all of our landmarks first, which means a few planets, including some that we haven't surveyed, and we're just going to use our beacon here. This is definitely not an exploration fleet. This is me just kind of literally putting the cart before the horse and saying, you know what, I need to do something to kill time so I can make nice with the independence. And here we are. So there's a fringe jump point. Let's scanny scan over here. It could be near this planet, but the thing is that it may also not be near this planet. It may be floating somewhere in the outer nebulas. It could be floating near the star. So there's some more money. Okay, we'll try the other star in just a minute. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this video, but that's okay. Still no pings. Let's try over by Delta Dryad. Did it? Oh, wrong button. That's our mod list scrolling over real fast. It's in the Delta Dryad star system. We have a 13-day head start, and have I told you I'm terrible at finding needles in a haystack? Because I'm terrible at finding needles in a haystack. All right. Okay, that's maybe something. That's a debris field, but is there anything in the debris field? Okay, there's our planet. And there's someone trying to get the VIC bastard. All right. And they're running. Everybody runs. If we open a communication link, we could say, you know what, I'm just gonna pursue them. This is a mean salvage fleet. We'll let our second in command handle it. There we go. And we got most of them. Ship recovery. Ooh, actually got a crane. That's not a terrible ship. It's kind of a lower level midline. Okay, so those are pirates. They're not independents. That's fine. A little bit of fuel, not nearly enough fuel. But yeah, so here's our prize. Consider ship recovery. We gained 15 crew. The signature markings and the energy readings indicate that this is in fact the VIC bastard. Your salvage crews determined that the ship could be restored to basic functionality. Surprisingly, a small fraction of the original crew has managed to survive after months within the cold husk of the ship. Grateful for being rescued, the survivors join your fleet and offer to assist in the recovering efforts. So recover the ship. Standard recovery. Cool. So for now, we're going to have to mothball you, which makes me a little sad, but I like the overkill, so this ship's not bad either. Obviously, we got to keep it named the Bastard of some kind. But yeah, we have a bit of a fuel problem. Not the first time I've had this. Maybe we can put a distress beacon out and be fine. But yeah, did somebody... Okay, I was going to say, did somebody actually colonize this planet? But I don't think they did. So when I do some exploration out here next time, because I want to do it again, I want to look at some of the eastern stuff that we haven't looked at yet. Like there's whole areas in the corner that are unexplored that probably actually have good stuff that we can use. I just need to not bring a bunch of giant ships with me when I do it. But that'll do it for this one. Once again, apologies for the interruption in the middle. Shit happens sometimes. But I appreciate you all's continued support and going through with this. Like I said, our long-range goals are changing a little bit. I want to have the independence on our side when we take out the VIC. And hopefully just passing through a bunch of prisoners will help. But sometimes you just got to win the hearts and minds of the people before the end of the day. Now, obviously, I can't end the episode cooking in a solar flare or a magnetic field. So we're going to stop here. We'll do this again soon. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.